Cheers. Episode 2. And today we're going to look at what it looks like training for a Hyrox and an Ironman at the same time. Now, the last episode I mentioned before, we have the Rock Triathlon coming up, we've got Hyrox Stuttgart coming up, and then we've got Ironman Portugal. So the next 3 big races are them next 3. It's Sunday, and it's time to get a big old day of training in, which is going to include a big Hyrox partner session with Dan Noter, some lunch, and then out on the bike this afternoon to build a little bit more of that Ironman capacity. We're at the end of a big training block. So Dan, my coach over at Hybrid, after we came back from Mallorca, me and Laura went to Mallorca for 10 days to train. We put in nearly 800 kilometres of cycling. Dan did ask how we were feeling and if it wanted to kind of have a bit of a deload week. We both decided that it was probably better to keep pushing to this Thursday because I'm going to Copenhagen to watch Laura race. So the plan is to keep pushing this block to probably Thursday, Friday morning, have a couple of days easier while I'm in Copenhagen, watch Laura race, and then get back to it the following week. I feel pretty good at the moment. It's not like I feel like I need a rest. I'm definitely adapting to that whole training stimulus now, which is really, really nice. I mentioned before I was like 93 kg when I almost first started this like Hyrox journey, or like stopping the bulk, so to speak, and getting back into a little bit of speed work. I'm back down to like 81.5 now, which is good. I feel fast and I feel fit, which is obviously a nice confidence booster. I've got Dan Noter coming down today to train at our gym train in Manchester. So the plan of action today is to do and hit a big, like significant partner workout. Dan is a serious Hyrox athlete. He's gone under an hour for Hyrox singles, so you know what kind of level that's at. He's been like 53 minutes for his doubles work with Brad, and he's pretty much podiumed at every single race he's done. So it'll be a good test for me today to put myself up against someone like Dan and have a good throwdown with him. Dan's one of our Red On athletes as well, so we actually coach him, which is quite nice. So taking this out of the plan and put one of the stinking ones in that I've just written last night in for me and him. The session is here, I'll pop it here for us, but ultimately it is as a pair. We're going to buy in together, so this can be split however we want. 5k bike, 2k row, and then we're both going to do the 2k run on the treadmill at the same time. We then go into 30 rounds of you go, I go, so you'll complete one full round of 12 cal ski, 20 walking lunges with 30 kg, and 12 burpee broad jumps. So once you've done that, you'll then swap with your partner who's been on the treadmill, and we're going to do that 30 times through. And then to buy out as a pair is going to be a 200 metre sled push at 200 kilograms. Now, me and Dan will probably tell you we're not the best. Well, I say we're not the best. We can hold our own in the middle of the Hyrox anyway. We're fast runners, so I know that I can keep up with that vast majority of people running around a Hyrox. It's now about making sure that I am one of the first off the station, same as what Dan is. Dan's put a massive, and obviously we programmed it, Dan's on a massive block of like sled work, strength work, power work this off-season to make sure that he can come back in and fly. He's also doing Hyrox Stuttgart. He's doing it as a singles and is part of our relay team. So it'll be nice to see Dan shifting that sled today. Absolute no doubt that he's been putting that graft in. I see it every single day. So the plan is to go and hit that up, then going to go and get some lunch, and then I am going to go and try to hit a bike ride up on some very tired legs. So for brekkie this morning, we've got Weetabix Minis. I normally go for something a little bit more nutritionally dense, so to speak. I'll normally go for like overnight oats with protein and creatine in it, but unfortunately this morning I just need some carbs to get on with and make sure that they're quick acting so that I can go in there and put myself in a deep hole as I start training. Also got the Precision Hydration 1500 sodium and 10 grams of creatine, which is nice. So I did a sweat test on Precision Hydration and it told me I'm a very sweaty bloke. I didn't need them to tell me that. I know that anyway.
So before I get any of my breakfast, obviously, it's time to get the big box. What? It's the big man's breakfast first. Bran flakes and dog food. Ultimate. The ultimate.
I'd love to see Pep.
So yeah, another person vouching for Pep Guardiola to come in and take the England job. Neither of us see that as a...
There he is, sports fans. Yeah, I was going to wear him today.
Because I haven't been running.
Yeah. Well, of course you haven't, mate. This is your first run sesh back?
Yeah. We'll see how it all goes.
Right. Opting for a full sim instead. We were going to do that session, but Dan hasn't tested his adductor for a while. Best way to test it is a full Hyrox sim. See how we get on. Doing it on the treadmill, so 1.1k run every time on the treadmill. And then we'll pick it up from there. Let's go. Sub 1. Good sesh?
It's good. Good to get in the mix.
Nailed that, mate. Nailed it. Pro sim, 58.12.
Yeah.
Season soon coming, boys. Get ready. Quick refuel. Straight to Wilmslow. Nourish. Easy. Breakfast wraps. 2 breakfast wraps. Ooh! If you can't get on the bike after 2 breakfast wraps, something's gone wrong. Sausage, eggs, bacon. Oh! Full sim done, Dan Noter. Genuinely, every single piece of sweat in my body came out. Someone's trying to ring us, 1 second. Every single piece of sweat came out of my body. Mad. I was dripping. It's so hot up in there, like a greenhouse, but nice to test it. Dan's, like I say, come back from a adductor injury. My Achilles is like in and out at the moment still, so like I don't feel it at the start, and then it's the back end of a sim or a race where I start to feel it. So yeah, time to fuel up, get back, get sorted, and then get on the bike while it's nice. Right, Hyrox sesh knit time to get out on the old iron horse. So the plan, I think, is a zone 2 ride, zone 2, zone 3. Got my heart rate monitor on. I'm not even going to look at it. I'll keep it zone 2 unless someone comes flying past. Then we'll be in zone 5 because we don't have that. Up round Cheshire, Knutsford Way, nice and flat. Steady away, get some miles in the legs, some sun on the old body, and then come back and have a big refeed, finishing the day off strong. Unbelievable day for a ride. Out in the Cheshire countryside, looking at bagging maybe 60-ish K, I reckon. 2 hours, just over 2 hours. Anywhere around about like 55, 65-ish, probably quite happy with. Nice and steady. Spin the legs off. Obviously the Hyrox sim this morning. Went really well, really enjoyed it. I was saying to Dan, I'm one of these people, I'm like a confidence racer, so I kind of need to either do Hyrox sims or races, more so to understand where I'm at physically, and then I know what I need to work on for the next few months. Some people don't need to do that, but I'm very much a confidence racer, so if I have a good Hyrox sim, I'm normally in a really good spot. My week this week will fly because of that, because I'll be buzzing about it and I want to take more time off. But yeah, it's a weird one. So similar on the bike, the more I push it, the more rides I have, the more I have time to race, go out with Laura and do all these things. Gives me a bit more confidence to go, well actually I'll go and book a different race and see how we get on. Anyway, let's go. When it's like this in the UK, it's absolutely unbelievable to cycle with. It's just a shame that 99% of the time, it's just chucking it down. Don't know about anyone else, but when I'm on the bike, all I'm thinking about is what's for tea. And I have to like bribe myself through bike rides. So the other day I did 4.5 hours, it was raining. And I was like, right, if I get to 4 hours, I can have a chippy. And then today, all I'm thinking about is a Chinese. I think I'll get a little duck with pancakes. So I'm like, right, if you nip this ride, Chinese is on, boy. Let's fucking go. Into Tatton Park and then back home. Tatton Park's unbelievable riding. All the way around. Class. Oh. That feels nice. So, second sesh, done. 72.3k on the bike. So, 2 hours 18, done, dusted, felt really good. Heart rate was consistent throughout. Average 134, so zone 3 pretty much for the whole time. Rounded off a big day. So started off obviously with the Pro Sim with Dan. Really happy to get that 58 in the bag. To be honest, I'd have been happy with anything under an hour roasting in there. Nice to have it, a little bit of time off, a little bit of refuel, and then straight into 2 and a bit hours on the bike. Quite good prep for the rock triathlon, given that it's bike in the middle, so it's nice to go back out on the bike on tired legs. Managed to keep a decent pace on that bike as well, so low heart rate, 31.4 k's an hour. Yeah, big week in the bag. Back in tomorrow, 0.6 legs, and then I might hit a swim tomorrow just as a little bit of a recovery one, so something like 2k, get some of that in. But that is a typical Sunday. Obviously not every Sunday I do a full Hyrox, but I definitely normally do some form of big Hyrox style one into a big engine one, whether it's a run or a bike as well. So if you enjoyed that, keep watching, and then whatever YouTube what say, like, subscribe, and then share it if you want to. Ciao.